Today we are going to try a plant that can make your character hallucinate and turn into a random animal depending on where you eat it from. The plant has been in GTA 5 for a very long time by the name of Peyote Plant, but only a few of us have found and eat it. So today let's try all of them from different locations and see what animals we can turn into. For the first Peyote Plant you need to get on top of Mount Chiliad. You know the alien's favorite place? Right here on the map. Once you are there, go north all the way to the slope of the mountain. You will see these two red ribbon flags. Right beside the flags, there is this round plant with a flower on top, which are called Peyote Plants in GTA 5. When you walk beside it, it will give you a prompt to eat the plant, but keep in mind that once you do, you will start hallucinating and turn into an animal from the game. This specific peyote plant turns you into an eagle or a hawk or a seagull, a bird to be specific. Every peyote plant character has different actions and controls which the game will prompt you of once you eat the plant from every location.
This is incredible.
With a bird plant, you can fly with the given controls. Use the vehicle horn button to make a call like this, and since you are a bird, your attack is this, right here. And since this is your only weapon right here, why not be on the other side of getting your car pooped on today? Well, that felt good. Not being on this side of worrying about getting a mighty poop from the sky for one time. But once you are done flying, you can either get near the ground and press the jump button to go into walking or resting position, or you can simply cancel the hallucination with the default use button. Once you exit the hallucination, the game will take you back to the position where you ate the plant, where your character can be seen doing weird dances or talking to themselves. But we'll go to normal in a few seconds. This was just one out of 27 peyote plants in the game. Let's move on to the next one. For the second one, you will have to go towards the border of La Puerta or the skate park besides the highway. Once you are there, find this corner of the map, which should be towards the sewers end of the park. From here, simply get behind this goal thing, and there should be a peyote plant hidden beside the tree. Just as before, the game will prompt you to eat the peyote plant, and once you do it, you will start hallucinating and fall on the ground again, and you will wake up as a dog, just like Chop or a pug to be specific. Every time you hallucinate, you will hear your character talking to himself in the back, because it is all his imagination other than the fact that it is playable. The land animals have way less controls than a bird, but they have their own abilities like sprinting really fast or attacking someone on foot. They also have more health as compared to the birds who can die from just one hit. How dare you kick a dog? I'm just a cute little puppy man, come on. And if you end the hallucination or die as a puppy, you will again get reset back to your story character laying on the field as if nothing even happened. That was 2 out of 27 peyote plants. The third plant is kind of hard to find as it is literally in the middle of nowhere behind the hills of Fort Zancudo in an area named Raton Canyon, where you do the train derailing mission. You will need a helicopter to get here, but this is the exact pinpoint of the location. To be honest, this one isn't even worth the hassle of finding as it just turns you into a bird, just like the Mount Chiliad peyote plant, which is much easier to find. The controls and the abilities are all the same, so it doesn't really matter if you find the plant over here or on the Mount Chiliad. The only difference is that you can turn into a pigeon in this one as well. While that can't be done from the one on Mount Chiliad. That makes it 3 out of 27. So without further ado, let's move on to the next one. For the fourth plant, go to this area on northeast of the map. This area is behind the Mount Gordo area, but can be easily spotted by this pond right here. Once you reach this pond, spot these 2 trees right here, and you can find a peyote plant right beside them. This plant is different than the previous ones, as this one turns you into a farm animal like this cow right here. Farm animals don't really have any attacks, but at least they can be fun to play with. As you can see in the controls provided, we can only end hallucination or sprint. That's about it. I don't know why Franklin gets up in this position as if he was really grazing by the pond. He isn't even in his last location where he ate the peyote. But that's 4 out of 27. Let's move on to the next one. The 5th peyote plant is actually in a place where we have all been a lot of times in the game, but never really noticed the plant. It is located right beside this Los Santos Customs near the airport in the alley to its right. If you go inside and head over to the bus, you can spot the peyote plant right beside it. If you eat this peyote plant as Franklin, you'll become the thing he loved most in his life. That's right, it's Chop. You can play as Chop as you played in Franklin's 7th mission named Chop, where you're able to control him. He can run just as fast as a bunny, which, not to mention, are the fastest and hardest to catch in the game. And Chop can also get someone with a single attack by pouncing onto them. But hey, I mean, look at how cute he is. All is forgiven for you, Chop. This is the only scenario where Franklin wakes up normally, the only time I saw him not doing any weird stuff. That's 5th Peyote Plant, so let's move on to the next one. The 6th plant is actually different than the others as it is located under the Del Perro Pier inside the ocean. The easiest way to find it is to line yourself up with the concrete pillar left of center as you look out to sea, then dive down to the base to find this underwater peyote. Now, this peyote is different than all others as it is one of only 2 underwater peyotes that you can find in-game, which turn you into, you guessed it right, a killer whale. But the problem is that these underwater characters act very buggy, and you can't get to the surface of water as the game just wouldn't allow you to. So you can only use your attack on people that are swimming underwater. And if you try going to land, it will show you the death animation and stop the hallucination right away with Franklin acting something like this. Even after coming back to the original character, it still keeps getting buggy afterwards. But that was the 6th plant. Let's move on to the next one. For the 7th plant, you will have to come to this waterfall located at Tongva Hills right at this position. Once you are here, walk down by the waterfall and you will see this peyote plant right next to it on a rock. I love the attention to detail here, as when you eat this plant over here, the character you get is a rabbit that just depicts the perfect animal for this location. The only thing this rabbit can do is hop super fast, but he doesn't really have a lot of health as his hallucination can end even after just one kick from anyone. At this point, Franklin shouldn't even feel surprised after turning into an animal kingdom. But that was number 7. Let's move on to the next one. For the 8th plant, you will have to do a little hiking at Raton Canyon exactly to this point, which has a viewing platform at the end. And if you look to its right, you can find the peyote plant right beside it. Now, since people take their dogs on a hike while going on these trails, it was only expected that Rockstar would put this peyote here just to turn you into a dog as well. So at this point, we are just getting turned into cute little dogs that have the ability to maul NPCs with a single attack. I mean, look at him go. He is just as fast as Chop, but looks really cute for his size. And here we go with the weird Franklin moves again. He started waking up normally, but he just can't let go off of it sometimes. But this was number 8. Let's move on to the next one. This one is in a very familiar place in the Paleto Bay area, which is located on northwest edge of the map, as on this spot there is usually the facility for missions in GTA Online. When you come to this place, you can find a bench located on top of a rock surrounded by different gym equipment, but right beside the bench, you can find the peyote plant. Now, I don't know if this one is in the PlayStation 4 version of the GTA 5, because from my knowledge there were no cats in the PlayStation 4 version, but I don't know, maybe they got added with the latest patch. That looks like one grumpy cat. But how is it running so fast? I know this is faster than the rabbit. Whoops. At this point, getting a bigger animal would be a surprise to me. I mean, there are so many animals in this game, and all that we're getting are the miniature ones. But that is 9th out of 27. So let's move on to the next. The 10th peyote plant is actually located in Vinewood Hills, and even its exact location is very close to Franklin's house. I mean, just look at the distance between the 2 spots. If you go to the exact location, you will end up near this tunnel. You can hear super weird voices coming from this tunnel, but let's just ignore them for now, as right to the left of it, you can find the peyote plant. Finally, something other than a miniature animal or a pet. Wait, how does every other animal run faster than the previous one, or is it just me? Let's just run into this house and onto the chaos part of this animal? Why does every fast-running animal that I get has to do backflips out of nowhere? Hell no. Okay, I finally found someone. Hello, sir. Do you have time to talk about your car's extended warranty? Oh, look, he already threw out money at me. He seems interested in my offer, I guess. But I guess we are done with the deer for now. Back to boring Franklin. We left him outside this house. What is he even doing by someone's pool? But this was the end of part 1. If you guys want to know about more peyote plants, make sure to like and comment on the video for more.